Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to today's gameplay stream. Today is Wednesday, December 30th, 2015. I am, of course, the dark side of the Phillip. That's right, the dark side of the Phillip. That is my new name. That's what I'm going to be going by from now on. So, ladies and gents, today we have a return. After 4 days where we've kind of done things differently. 4 days where we did fan appreciation, and I'll be honest, it was hit or miss. It was a lot of frustration trying to get the fan appreciation stuff set up. And of course, as always, we had our fair share of trolls, nudniks, and utter idiots. But once we got through all of that, it was good to be able to play and interact with the viewers and fans, so that was fun. For 4 straight days, the big event for the year-end multiplayer gameplay that I like to do. I don't even remember if I did it last year, because last year was a weird year with my parents visiting. But this year, getting back into the swing of things, right? And I certainly hope that you enjoyed it, whether you participated, whether you watched. I hope that you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but the multiplayer games for this year were not very good. It's a shame because there have been some years. I actually said this on Twitter yesterday. I said there were some years in these, this time that I've been doing YouTube, where I started in 2008, and I've been doing fan appreciation style stuff since 2009. There were some years where there was just so much great multiplayer, right, that I didn't even get to do all the stuff that I wanted to do, and I was having so much fun, and it was hard to fit in enough sessions of multiplayer with people. Because the games were so great. And, there were some times when I had to kind of cut it short and say, sorry, even though I'd love to do this multiplayer forever, I got to get back to my normal stuff. I hate to say it, but this year, the multiplayer stuff was kind of crappy, man. It really was. It was very piss poor. Some of the games that, that came out this year that were multiplayer were basically multiplayer only based games. They were rip-offs. As I thoroughly described last night in my most disappointing games of the year series. If you have not been following that yet, it's going to conclude tonight. Last night I got all the way through number 5. So the final 4 parts, number 4, 3, 2, and 1 in that countdown of the most disappointing games of the year, will be released tonight. A lot of speculation as to what those games are going to be, which is good because that's what I like. I like when people are talking and speculating and anticipating what stuff in my countdowns are going to be. But yeah, this year, I hate to say it, these multiplayer games were not very good. And it's disappointing because, I was trying to have fun playing these games with fans, and it was fun to some extent to have that interaction with my viewer base, but I was just not having fun playing these games in general. I mean, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is It's okay. It's not great. I think the zombies is way better than the multiplayer this year. I really, really enjoyed the Shadows of Evil zombie map way more than anything else in the game, by far. And then you have Halo 5, which, I think you all know my opinion on Halo 5 at this point. I've said many times that I'm really disappointed with the game. And really didn't enjoy it at all. Thought that it didn't even feel like Halo. Especially since 343 Industries kind of took over the reins. And Metal Gear Online is okay. I think out of all the games I played with everyone, I think I liked Metal Gear Online the most, quite honestly. But it's certainly nothing to write home about. It's very basic. And, it is what it is. I mean, it's an add-on mode for a game that already had a full-fledged, campaign. So it's basically an afterthought. It's kind of like a secondary thing to say that they have it, because the previous Metal Gear Solids had it. But it was probably, like I said, the best out of all the ones I played. Yesterday I played Star Wars Battlefront, and I fucking hate it. I'm just so disappointed in that game. And as you know, it was the number 5 entry in my most disappointing games of the year countdown. So, no surprises here. I played what the most popular games were and the ones that people were asking me to play, but, it is what it is. So yes, the multiplayer event is over. 4 straight days of that. Now we're moving back into ongoing playthroughs. And listen, I said this in previous 2 weeks, and I'll say it again. I fully know that the games that I've been playing, Yakuza 5, Rise of the Tomb Raider, they're not games that are getting a lot of viewership. They're not games that have a mainstream fan base. These are games, Yakuza 5 already is for like a niche audience, right? When I played Yakuza 4, I didn't get many people watching, so I understand that. But I wanted to play because I played 4, and this, released this month. I felt it was a good mix for everything else that I was doing. Keep in mind that I finished Fallout 4 and WWE last week. So because of that, I was able to kind of focus on the fan appreciation, right? And Rise of the Tomb Raider, I think, let's face it, probably one of the most underwhelming games that I played this year. Even though everyone seems to be kissing the game's butt in the mainstream gaming media, which I never fucking understand. I think it's way worse. Way worse than the original Tomb Raider. I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it's as good as the first one. And from what I'm to understand, I've only got about 4 hours left, and then I'm done with it. So possibly there's a possibility tomorrow I'll be finishing that off, which is good, because I'd like to finish that off and move on to other stuff, quite honestly. I would. I've already said this. I said it in a week in preview this week. But I'm looking forward to possibly starting games such as Undertale and Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. I think those would be 2 good games to kind of balance and play over the next week to 2 weeks as we head into the new year. And then, the one big real new release in January is Resident Evil 0, which comes out on the 19th of January, I believe. So that way it would give me a sufficient amount of time to play Grand Theft Auto and Undertale. So that's good. At the end of the month, near the end of the month this month, is Lego Avengers. And I'm debating playing it because apparently it goes through the plots of a lot of the Marvel movies, which I did not know until recently. That's pretty cool. And from what I'm to understand, it's made by the same studio or the same dev team who made Lego Jurassic Park. Excuse me, Lego Jurassic World. I misspoke there. So, yeah, I definitely am looking forward to January. Of course, keep in mind in January, I'm also going to be launching my new initiative, which is a lot more edited content and a lot more vlogging. What I need to do is I need to get through my year-end series first. So today I'm finishing the most disappointing games of 2015. Tomorrow I'm going to work on my favorite playthroughs of the year, try to get a few videos of that done. Then Friday, keep in mind I'm doing my marathon. The platforming marathon is a result of November patrons, so that's going to be all day Saturday. All day Friday. Saturday, I'll be doing probably more Yakuza. And then Sunday, I've decided, and this is an announcement, I made it last night on Twitter. Sunday, I'll be doing Minecraft Story Mode Episode 4, because it came out last week, and I have not had a chance to play it, and I figure Sunday's the perfect day, because I might have to do a shorter stream anyway, because I'll be cooking a pot of sauce. So I figure that's the perfect time to do it. And then, starting on Monday, I'll be balancing gameplay on stream with year-end series every day. So you're going to see the conclusion of my favorite playthroughs of the year, the beginning of the best and worst things that happened to DSPGaming. Then I'm going to tally all the votes, and we're going to do the fan-voted funniest moments of the year. And then finally, I'm going to conclude with my Game of the Year awards. So all that stuff's going to take a while. It's probably going to take all of next week and even take us into the second week of January. So that'll be the balance. First half of the day, gameplay streams of either Yakuza 5 or Undertale or Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, and balance that with me working on the year-end series on the second half of the day. So that's what you're going to see, on DSPGaming. And then once the year-end series end, finally, once they end, I will be able to focus on the new stuff, meaning increased amount of vlogging and working on the new channel. And at this point, the new channel is just kind of, it's not really on hiatus or anything. It just cannot be, I can't announce it yet until a few things happen. Number one, until it's eligible to kind of get its own custom URL on YouTube, which takes 30 days. The good news is, I've already got that in process. So, it's looking like around the middle of this month, around the middle of January, the channel will be eligible to get its own custom URL. I do need to possibly make some channel art and a new logo for the channel because supposedly you need that on the channel before it can get its own custom URL. And then it needs to have 500 subs. So what I'll probably do is around mid-January, what I'm thinking I'll do is I'll work on the review for Fallout 4. I might also work on reviews for games like Rise of the Tomb Raider and stuff like that. So I have a few videos ready to pump out on the new channel. And maybe even upload them to the channel. Have them there preemptively ready to go. And then get it partnered with Machinima. Machinima's not back from vacation until next week. And once it's partnered, then boom, around mid-January, I can launch the new channel. People can go over and sub. It'll be ready to go. And within, say, a day, maybe I could get the custom URL, and it'll be good to go. I think that'll be pretty awesome. And a good way to launch the new channel and the new initiative of, you know, raw gameplay on DSPGaming, edited content on the new channel, and vlogging content on the King of Hate vlogs. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And, you know, I'm pretty excited for the new year. I'm pretty excited for all these new initiatives. I'm glad to be getting back to daily playthroughs now, even though, listen, I fully, like I said, I've said this all along. I don't think many people are going to show up for Yakuza 5. When I finish Rise of the Tomb Raider, I don't think a lot of people are going to show up for that. I don't. People want new stuff at this point. So maybe when I start Undertale or Grand Theft Auto, then people will start to come out and get excited again. But right now, it's kind of a dead time, and that's okay. That's fine, as long as you guys are at least enjoying, you know, those of you who are here having fun with what I'm doing. If you're checking out the year-end series, that's fine. You know, this is kind of winding down the old year, getting into the new year, and getting used to the new schedule of me streaming earlier, right? It's been tough this past week and a half to try to get people to come out the hour earlier because I've kind of trained people to come out, you know, at a certain time for the past year, and now I'm changing that up, and that's going to be a difficult thing to get people accustomed to, and I know that, okay? All right. So, ladies and gents, about 3 to 4 hours of Yakuza 5 here on stream. And tonight, conclusion of those disappointing games of the year. Tomorrow, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and starting up the new series, which is my favorite playthroughs of the year. Friday, the marathon. And, you know, it takes us into the weekend. What else? Not a heck of a lot. I do want to remind everyone, please, this is your last chance to vote on the funniest moments of the year. Because as I just stated, early next week, I'm going to start really focusing on the year-end stuff. And once I do, I'm going to basically be closing those polls. So this weekend is your last opportunity to vote on your funniest moment picks for the year. So if you have not yet, please head over to the kingofhate.com forums. Look at those 3 threads. Vote, vote, vote. And enjoy those videos. And really the only other thing to talk about before we get started is that we have 1 day left in the year of 2016, everyone. Can you believe it? That the year is about to end? Holy shit. I said 2016. I meant 2015. Excuse me. The year is about to end. Can you believe it? Yes, I still have the sound effects thing here. I just forget to use it. But yeah, the year's almost over. And means a lot of stuff to a lot of different people. But I do want to remind everyone that this is your last chance to pledge to my Patreon for this month if you want to get in on perks for this month, and if you want to contribute to the goal of the second Rock Band Marathon. If we hit that goal, I'll be doing that at the end of January. And if you pledge $5 or more this month to my Patreon, you'll be able to nominate songs you want to hear or, you know, see or hear me perform on this stream, okay? So, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. For as little as $1, you get cool perks like text or verbal thank you shout-outs during my videos, or getting your questions answered on my show Ask the King, which will return in January, by the way. I want to make that abundantly clear that it is going to return in January, or getting your own private Q&A video made. Those are the perks right now. I'm working on some other stuff, by the way. I am working on some other stuff for the new year, different perks and things that I can do. Right now, I'm kind of in a brainstorming phase. You will notice that certain perks have been removed, and that's because I really felt that at this point it didn't make sense for me to even progress with them. One of them, the t-shirts that I had in there, the Project 7 and Deathface t-shirts, I've run out. I've almost got none left. And the bottom line is that perk, even though it was the most popular perk all year, made me no money. Because everyone who was international who got that perk, I paid more money to ship the t-shirt than I actually made from the pledge. And that's the truth. To ship a t-shirt internationally costs over $30, if you can believe it. So I said it doesn't make sense to continue with this perk, especially because I'm running out of shirts. But for those who are maybe looking for something like t-shirts and stuff, that will be coming in 2016. I'm looking into working with a few companies like Teespring to possibly have some inexpensive shirts with slogans and stuff that I say in my videos made available for sale. So for those who have been looking for something like that, that will be coming hopefully in 2016. But anyway, I digress. 1 day left to pledge to my Patreon. Have we hit the goal yet? No, we haven't. Even though my Patreon page says we have, there are over $200 of false pledges on there. I'm still waiting for Patreon to respond and fix the issue with these false pledges, and they're not responding. So what I'm assuming is that they're probably all off on vacation and have a skeleton crew for the holidays. No surprise there. That's pretty much par for the course for any of these tech-style companies. And, you know, what I want to do is get that sorted out so that people actually know if or when we're hitting the goals. But right now, I can't tell you that we've hit it because it's all screwed up. There's all kind of falsified stuff on there, all right? Sucks. I apologize for that. But I hope that we'll hit the goal. We've got 1 day left if you want to contribute to it. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Keep in mind, anything that you contribute directly supports my efforts here to continue daily live streaming, daily gameplay, year-end series, this new initiatives I'm doing in 2016. Let me put it this way. If you really want to see me succeed in 2016, you want to see more edited content, more vlogging content, and me also continuing with daily gameplay, and you like the changes that I'm instituting, and you want to see this go off without a hitch, and you want to go the extra mile, Patreon's the way to do it, okay? All right. That's really all I have to say. I think we should get started now with Yakuza 5. What do you think? No? No one wants to see Yakuza 5? No? You want to see me dance and sing? No! Screw you! Yakuza 5. Alright. So without further ado, everyone, let's get started. Thank you for being here on the stream. Those of you who are here. And let us begin.